Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing for the Art of Gundam exhibition exclusive mega size model RX-78-2 Gundam Clear Color version. So yeah, this is a big mega size model. As you guys know, I'm currently working on my mega size Zaku, but I do also have this mega size Gundam here, although this one is not mine. This is just on loan to me from my good buddy Alex. I have a few of his kits here just kind of standing by, waiting for me to review before I give them back to him. So wanted to get some of these out of the way, and I'm starting off with this big mega size model. So not a whole lot of love for mega size models around on YouTube, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this. I will be snapping this up and doing a review for you guys. This is the clear color version that was an exclusive kit sold at the Art of Gundam exhibition that was on earlier this year or the end of last year, anyway, not too long ago. But yeah, it's as you can see, there's a photograph of it right there, so that's what it's going to look like. So let's take a look at the box. First of all, just interestingly different, totally different shape of the box from the regular mega size kit. Is usually like this horizontal, very long box. This one is just kind of a standard like master grade shaped box. It's quite deep though and very heavy. Here on the side you can see you just have the photograph there again of the Gundam. Title there once again, and because it's a like event exclusive kit, it doesn't have any list price on it there, and then just kind of nothing there on that side. On the opposite side we have just a full front and back image of what this is going to look like. Again, clear color, and then we just have like a metallic gray for like the joints and backpack and weapons and stuff. So let's get a look at what we've got inside here. Here is, we do have some water slides with this, and then there's some big beam saber effect parts there, and just some clear yellow, clear red. You can see more clear red here. This is actually standard gray, so it's not metallic gray, it's just standard gray for that stuff. Some red there for the feet. Some clear. This clear is actually a very light blue color, very light blue. So it's not perfectly clear. It's very light blue clear. So that's kind of interesting. Some more of that there. Just some very big, heavy parts. Some regular clear blue, big red, clear red piece there. More gray joint parts. Joint parts there, all just in standard gray. More clear white-ish light blue, and then more just regular gray. So the manual is going to be just our standard manual for the kit, so that's what like the box art looks like for the regular kit, the mega sized Gundam. Then here on the bottom is the sticker marking or decal marking, where the decals are going to be going around on the kit, so you can use those if you want. Here's our parts list. Everything is laid out here. You can see the shields are not actually on a runner. Those pieces of the shield are just by themselves, just molded there just individually, which is kind of interesting. Alright, let's get to the construction here. The first step is going to be starting off with the legs. So we're going from the ground up here, starting from the feet and working our way up the legs. It's going to have that same kind of thing with the Zaku, where to make the joints you just kind of like fold the runner over on itself, which is pretty interesting, or you just like sandwich the runner together like that and then you cut the parts out. It's interesting for sure. So building up the legs, then getting to the waist unit there, then going around to the torso, building the torso up. These kits are relatively simple. They really don't take a whole lot of time to assemble. But they are very huge and have a lot of detail. So there's that, getting this all snapped up. Torso, backpack, arms, and then finally the head. So we have the head for that. This unfortunately doesn't come with an LED unit, but I think you can use an LED unit. I'm just trying to look at this here. Maybe it doesn't have a dedicated place to put an LED unit, but this particular kit would look really good with an LED unit in the head, I think. Anyway, there is the beam rifle, and there's that, and then the beam saber and the shield here. So I think that is it. Let's go ahead and get a look at the runners. So once again, here is that waterslide decal sheet. Some really nice waterslide decals here, and not really a whole lot of them, but a few, just enough that will get you a good start anyway. Then we have our very huge beam saber effect parts here. This is actually runner Z, Saber 3. This is from the year 2000. So I think these are actually the beam saber effect parts from the perfect grade, which would be a 160 scale. This is supposed to be 148 scale, so I guess these actually should be larger. But I guess they didn't want to make some even more ridiculously large beam saber effect parts. PC 500 for the polycap runner. For this, we do have 2 of this polycap runner. These are just in standard gray color. Runner A here is in the 4 different colors actually. We have this kind of yellow color for parts of the chest vents, the Vulcans, the collar, parts of the skirt armor, the cross, and the shield obviously. Then a different clear yellow part there for the eyes, and then clear red for these parts here, and then 1 gray piece for inside the head, so like the eyes will feed through there and everything. That'll be looking pretty cool. Then we have runner B, which is looking pretty cool with all that like mechanical detail and stuff that looks like you can see like through that. And again, this is not like perfectly clear. This is in like a kind of very light blue color. One strange thing about it is that you can see the number of the part in each part. So let me just give you first just a close-up look at the label for this. It's going to be really hard to see there, but that says Mega Size Model Gundam. But like here you can see, so like this is part number 4. It's labeled there on the runner like it's normally, but then it's also, there's a little label that's printed on the inside of the part. These kits are made like that so that like you can find the numbers of the parts really easily. But on a clear version, you can also see that backwards through the part, which is going to be looking kind of odd. So anyway, one thing I'm also curious about this clear is how reactive it is to UV light. I'm guessing not much, but let's try it here with my UV light here, and yeah, pretty much nothing, at least for the white anyway. But we do have 2 of this B runner. Then we have runner C, which is just more parts that would be white anyway, parts for the legs and side skirt here on runner C. And we have 2 of this C runner as well. And then we have runner D for what would be the last of our white parts for this kit, parts for the skirts, the head, V-fin, faceplate, and another eye part. So I guess you have the option of making the eye part like just plain clear like this, or in clear red. So that's kind of cool. Or clear yellow, wasn't it? Clear red? Clear yellow? Clear yellow. Runner E is just 3 plain clear blue, so this is not like clear light blue like the white parts. This is the blue parts that are now just clear blue. Definitely a little bit darker, just 3 of them here for the main torso parts. And then a few more clear red parts here on runner F. Parts for the torso here, stomach section, and parts for the shield. And then we're getting into just the standard gray, so here's runner G where we have our parts separator piece, and then we have a couple of joint pieces there, and so we do have 2 of this runner. Then we have runner H, just again standard gray color and more parts just for making our joints. And so we do have runner H1 and H2, and we have doubles of these runners here as well. Runner I here is more standard gray. We have parts for inside the chest vents, hands, backpacks, waist section, parts for the neck, and then a couple of thruster bells there on there as well. And then a couple more clear red parts here on runner J, obviously parts for the feet, top and bottom. So we do have 2 of this J runner. And then runner K is just back to standard grays. We have parts for the beam rifle and a couple of trigger finger hands for the left and right hand, actually, both here, and then parts for like a shield mount there as well. And last but not least, these are runners L and M, just our very huge parts here for the shield that will go together like this. Not going to put them together quite yet because I'm sure there's probably a polycap or something that goes in there. Don't want to have to bother taking any of these parts apart again. So that's going to be it for unboxing this, the Art of Gundam exclusive clear color version of the Mega Size RX-78-2 Gundam. Very cool. Thank you once again to my buddy Alex for loaning me this kit to snap up and share with you guys in a review. So I'll have that review coming up next for you guys. Look forward to that. If you have any other questions or comments, you can leave those down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.